Reese here with Adore Beauty, back with another video, and we are doing a hirsutism facial wax using soft wax. And tonight this soft wax is sponsored by Easy Wax Cosmetics. This is their cream wax. So I decided to use soft wax on this client because her hormonal hair is not really coarse and resistant. So I knew that the soft wax could kind of handle the job. And if you look at this strip, you can see those little fine hairs in the background. Like, it really got the even invisible hairs, like the hairs that I really couldn't see with the naked eye. It was able to get those hairs as well as the terminal hairs. For the most part, it did pretty good. I was impressed by it. I knew that she was the type of candidate that I could use soft wax on. So I'm going with my second strip. And when you're applying soft wax on the skin, it does not need to be applied very thick as if you would with hard wax, because you don't want the wax to be too tacky. When the wax is too tacky, it definitely can increase the chances of the client's skin lifting. So when you're applying your soft wax, you want to get it very thin, a very thin application, as thin as possible. Even this part right here is a little thick, but it's coming up really easy. And so I will say that I do like the spreadability of this wax. It's not super aggressive like how soft waxes can be. Again, this is terminal hair, so it won't get all of the hair throughout this session, you'll see, but for the most part it did get a great amount. Now with soft wax, you don't really want to do multiple lays. So with hard wax, I could have went over this again and got those extra stubborn hairs. But because soft wax is more aggressive, even though this wax itself is not as aggressive, if you overuse it, if you overplay your hand with soft wax, you definitely can lift the skin. So I just decided to take a little oil, remove the excess wax because I was not going to do another layer on top, and just decided to go in and tweeze those remaining hairs that are left behind. And she does have a lot of hair growing underneath the skin. So through this part, you'll see me tweezing those little frisky, stubborn hairs that the soft wax just couldn't eject. And then we'll move on to the other side and begin to do a soft wax application. If you continue to watch, you'll see where I also did one strip of hard wax because I was trying to illustrate how with soft wax it's only going to remove the hair in the direction that you applied it, whereas with hard wax you can apply underneath the hair and on top of the hair so that it can remove the hair that's growing from all kinds of directions. So I just finished tweezing that section and I'm applying a little bit more oil to try and get kind of wipe off those hairs that are lying on the skin and just clean her skin up a little bit more. So of course, now as you see, we're on the other side and you can see that I am applying the wax very thinly and very close to the skin. Again, with soft wax, you don't want it to be super thick because upon removing it, it's going to be really tacky and that increases the chances of the skin lifting. Again, take a look at this strip. You see the really fine vellus hair and you see the terminal hair. It's getting all of that, and I really do love that for her. I really do love that when you're doing a wax session, you want to get those super fine hairs as well. Here I'm showing you a close-up and you can see the hair is really curly. And I'm going to show you again, like I explained a little bit earlier in the video, how soft wax only gets the hair that the wax was laid in the direction of the hair. So with her hair being curly, it couldn't get the other hairs because they are laying in the opposite direction in which the wax was applied. So here I am going with a hard wax strip in the opposite direction, just to try to see what would happen. Would it get up those little small pesky hairs? Because again, I didn't want to do a second lay of laying the soft wax in the opposite direction. So that particular wax, I will say, it is not a favorite of mine for hirsutism waxing. It is Nova Wax. It's just like too gentle. I think that wax is for more fine hair, but if you have like coarse, really dense and thick hair, that wax is just not, gonna handle. And that's just my personal opinion. That's what I have come to grasp with it so far. I've used an entire bag of it and I just wasn't really impressed with it. So that's why we're kind of leaning a little bit toward the easy instead. And so I'm just showing you the wax strips and you can see that they're curly. Her hair is curly. And though it is on the thinner side, from previous clients and other clients that I have, it's still hormonal terminal hair. So you need a wax that is going to be durable enough yet gentle enough to get that. And that's why I do love Easy Wax. And I also love My Wax Abolish. It's coming in a few weeks, like 2 more weeks. Just hold on, and I'm gonna show y'all how Abolish Wax matches up to Easy. And that's the reason why I came out with my own wax brand, because I wanted something as good as Easy for the consumer, so that you can use what I love and what I like to use and get an effective wax. So it is on the way. But continuing on with this video, I had to go in and tweeze those little stubborn, curly, pesky hairs, because again, I did not want to over wax and over tax, as I say, her skin by using that soft wax, because it can be really aggressive. If you can do 1 to 2 lays on the body, that's fine. You can go over area 1 or 2 times, maybe even 3 on the body, like the leg. I just wouldn't chance it in really tender areas like the inner thigh or the inner part of the arm, the stomach area, like those places where the skin is really soft and not durable. I really would refrain from waxing multiple times in those areas. But over the shin, the kneecap, the elbow, somewhere where it's more bony, where it's more sturdy, you kind of can wax 1 to 2 times in those areas. But the face, I definitely did not want to risk lifting her skin, so that's why I kind of had to go in with the tweezing. I could have followed up with the hard wax, but I've already explained why I didn't really want to go and use that wax, so it was just easier to tweeze it. But ultimately, we had great results as usual.